Okay, so we're back. So basically, we got a bunch of parts cleaned for the Acadia, and we're gonna start assembling some of this stuff. So I went ahead and cleaned the old cover on the old alternator, and we're gonna use that on the new alternator because the new alternator, when I ordered it, the box was kind of banged up, and the back cover kind of got damaged, and I didn't look at it. I should have looked at it when I got it, but I just kind of set it aside and forgot about it. But as you can see here, it's all cracked. It's got crack marks and everything like that. So we're not going to use this cover, the one that came with the new alternator. So I'm going to change it over. They look a little different. I mean, they actually look different if you look at them closely, side by side. But I went ahead and checked it on the old alternator, and it looks like everything's going to work. So we're going to get that one, just move it off to the side, and we're going to go here with the new alternator and install it. So the new alternator, you're going to want to flip this over on this back, and I removed the bolt here, and I removed the bolt for the terminal, and I removed the 3 little bolts that hold this on. So this slides on here like this, just like that. The 3 studs line up and everything. I'm going to take just a little bit of this Loctite. I'm just going to put a dab of Loctite on the stud. Not a lot, just a dab. There. Basically, this is just going to prevent it from coming loose while it's running. This is a 8mm socket, 8mm, and these are 8mm nuts. So I'm going to put that there and just drive that pretty much by hand. I mean, we're going to snug it up with a wrench, but it's going to be very, very light snug. That goes there. That goes like that. I'm going to use this 1/4 inch wrench, and I'm just going to do the old pinky to thumb trick.
Remember, when in doubt, pinky out.
As much as my pinky can give, basically that's all I'm going to do. That's enough. The Loctite is there to lock the nut so that it doesn't walk off or anything like that. That's why we use that. I didn't want to over tighten it because you can crack this, break it, it's plastic. The nut, we're going to put that back on this. Just like that, leave it there so that when we go back to reinstall it, we can find it. Same thing with the studs here. And I have both of them installed here. And same thing with the idler pulley. So we're just going to set this aside now as a unit like this, and we're going to work on something else. So now we got the intake manifold. We're going to replace these lower gasket seals. I mean, they don't really look bad. They're pliable. I mean, they got a little bit of edge to them and everything. I don't really see if I really need to replace. I mean, I have new ones, so I'm going to replace them, but I don't, you know, I'm not really, what do you call it? I think I'm going to replace them because I have them, but if I had to reuse them, I think they'd be fine. So we got 2 different kinds of picks, a straight pick and an angle. I'm going to use my angle, and I'm going to come over here, get to a corner, kind of work up an edge, and then pull it off. Set that here. Same thing here, go to the edge, pull off corner, set it there, go to an edge, pull it off. Pull it off. And then get that one off. And the last one. Okay. Now there's a little water in there since I was cleaning it with a water hose, getting all the dirt and debris off the outside. I'm going to get a pick and a paper towel. I'm going to stick it in the little channel where the O-ring goes. Grab a paper towel, stick it in there with an angle stick. Just kind of soak up any water that's in there. Okay, it's not too bad. Here's the old seals. So I'll put these over here on the side, out of the way. And our new seals that we're going to be using are part number 12647263. 12647263. GM part number. And they come as a set of 6. So we get 6 new of these little square gasket things. So to put them on, you just kind of fit them in here like that. And they have like this little teeth on the side of them, on both sides. So I think they're used to like grip, so that when you put it in there, you have to kind of press it into place, and it helps to kind of hold the gasket into place. But I can tell these already off the back that they're raised a little higher, so these are actually going to seal. I mean, they're brand new. And I don't doubt that the old ones would actually still work. I just think that if I have new ones, I'm going to replace them with new ones. Here's the other one. Doesn't look like there's a front and back. It looks like it goes on. It can go on either way. So put them on like that. So that's on. That's good. And then the next step, we have the mounting plate. And this goes on one way, or both ways, I guess. It goes on with a square facing down. And there's, actually no, the square mounts against this. The round mounts to the engine, so this is going to mount like that onto the manifold thing like that. And then we're going to get our 4 screws, which are those special Torx. There's like 2 different security bits here. You have like the triangle kind, and then you have the Torx 25 bit that you need for this, a Torx 25 bit. So you need to get these, put them back in. One at a time. Gotta get all of them started before I start cranking down on everything. Get one there. It was there. Okay. Then I'm gonna grab my little bit driver, go in here and tighten everything down. We are flat. Checking for any spacing. We're flat. Okay, so we're good. We're good there. We're gonna flip it over now. I'm gonna flip this thing over. And now we're going to install the sensor thing. Not this right here, this is the throttle body. We're gonna install this. I'm not even sure what this is. It's Bosch. Here's the part number. 12610560. It's some kind of Bosch part for the air manifold thing. Probably had to look it up to find out what it does, but I'm going to put that back here. Put it in there. Turn it up. And it's a 10 millimeter, so I'm going to use my 10 millimeter with extension. And then tighten this by hand. Okay, and I get the wrench and just barely snug it up. Okay, it's going into plastic, so you don't want to crank on it, because these fittings here are molded into the plastic. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get our I think this is a map sensor. We're going to get our map sensor thing, or whatever the sensor is that goes on top of the deal here. Put that back in here. Kind of work it in there. Kind of fell into place. And get that special screw that it uses and put it in there and tighten it down. Again, it's plastic, so don't go crazy with the over tightening it. Next, we got the ribbed gasket. This is the old one for the throttle body. I did not order one. I probably should have, but I didn't know I needed one at this point. But I'm going to go ahead and use it. It's ribbed on both sides. So I want to push that into the groove. And looks like it gripped. And there is a slight raised edge here. So I can tell that this gasket is probably good to use because you still have a raised edge. So we're not compressed where it's flat and it won't seal. Looks like it's going to make a good seal, so we're going to use it. So this goes on, I believe it goes on like this. Hey, it goes on like this. Get two of the screws started by hand. Grab the other one, put it in the hole, get started. Grab the other one. Grab my 10 millimeter with extension. Put them here, just run them down by hand. Okay, now that we got all of the 4 fasteners in there, we're going to snug everything around by hand. And we're going to get our wrench. We're just going to snug it down. That. Look at that. That's it. Go around again, just check. It's light. Good enough. So we're done with this, assembling it. All we need now is put these screws into these holes here to leave it the way we did when we removed it off the vehicle. The reason we put them back is so that we remember exactly how it came off the vehicle when we go to reinstall it. So that way there's a bunch of these screws, they're not all laying around and nobody knows what they go to or remembers or anything, and then they get lost in a bucket of extra screws. So you put them back right here, and that way you remember exactly where they go. So now we got the air intake, the upper part of the air intake, and this one has the mass airflow sensor in it. We removed it to clean it, and now we're going to put it back. But before I clean it, before I put it back, I'm going to clean it with, what do you think? Should I clean it with throttle body air intake cleaner, or should I clean it with this?
I think we need to do both.
Both. Yeah.
To get best of both worlds.
I'm gonna try both. That way you get best of both worlds. I was gonna clean it with this, the mass airflow cleaner, sensor cleaner, because I already know how the keyboard commandos get. So I brought the proper cleaning agent for the proper cleaning. I'm gonna wipe all this down, get all the dirt and grime off of the sensor. By the way, I think the only part you're really supposed to clean is there's a little sensor in here. It's hard to see it, but it's in there behind the plastic, and that's what they want you to clean with the spray. So I'm gonna spray it down. Okay. Spray it down. Got it nice and clean. And then I'm going to blow it with a little blower. My little mini blower. Okay, that's good. Now this is clean. We can put this back into the air box thing. Like that. Then these little screws, the little mini nut screws, they use a 5.5 millimeter socket. I noticed GM likes to use these 5.5 millimeters. So we're going to put that on here. And get the other one started. Get them in by hand. It is plastic, so you want to over tighten it, but I'll go in here and just give it a snug. There. Now it's back on, and now we're done installing this, and all we gotta do is get the air thing, the air intake hose thing, and just slide this on here like that. And now we're pretty much done with this here, so I can set this aside until we need to install it.